Two video game adaptations. Two post-apocalyptic worlds. One became a streaming juggernaut that had everyone buzzing. The other, it lost over half its viewers and sparked online firestorms. How did Fallout on Amazon Prime become a cultural phenomenon while The Last of Us Season 2 on HBO crashed and burned? Buckle up, because we're diving into the wild tale of two shows that prove adapting a game to the screen is a high-stakes gamble. Let's find out why one nailed it and why the other left fans raging. Video game adaptations used to be a punchline in Hollywood. Think Resident Evil or the recently successful Sonic trilogy. But in 2023, HBO's The Last of Us Season 1 changed the game, pun intended. It was gritty, emotional, and faithful to the PlayStation Classic, earning a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes and pulling in 8 million viewers per episode in the US alone. Fast forward to 2024. Amazon's Fallout dropped, and it was a smash hit, racking up 65 million viewers in its first 2 weeks globally. However, The Last of Us Season 2 stumbled in 2025, losing 60% of its viewership by Episode 3. What went wrong? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about what makes these shows tick, and why their source material sets them on very different paths. Fallout is based on Bethesda's iconic video game series, a wild mix of 1950s atomic optimism, post-apocalyptic grit, and downright bizarre humor. Think irradiated mutants, retro jukeboxes, and cowboy ghouls. When Amazon announced the show, some fans were skeptical. Would it capture the game's weird vibe? Spoiler alert. It did, and then some. Fallout didn't just adapt the game, it embraced its soul. The show's creators, led by Jonathan Nolan, leaned into the absurdity. You've got a world where a nuke could drop, but people are still sipping Nuka-Cola and listening to the ink spots. It's violent, it's funny, it's horrifying, and somehow it's hopeful. That tonal juggling act is what made Fallout a hit with audiences, from gamers in California to casual viewers in some other parts of the world. At the center is Lucy, played by Ella Purnell. She's a vault dweller stepping into a wasteland that's equal parts Mad Max and Looney Tunes. Her okey-doke optimism lets you laugh at the chaos while rooting for her survival. Then there's Walton Goggins as the Ghoul, a nose-less gunslinger who's half Clint Eastwood, half zombie. Their chemistry carries the show, whether they're trading quips or bullets. Here's the genius move. Fallout didn't retell a game story. It created a new one that feels like it belongs in the Fallout universe. No rehashing Fallout 3 or New Vegas. Instead, we get fresh characters, a new mystery, and Easter eggs that make fans geek out without alienating newcomers. The result? A show that 80% of viewers on X said nailed the vibe of the games. Now let's talk about The Last of Us Season 2. Season 1 was a masterclass in adaptation, staying true to the 2013 game story of Joel and Ellie in a fungal zombie apocalypse. It was raw, emotional, and a hit across the world. But Season 2 had a tougher job, adapting The Last of Us Part the Furt, a game that split fans like a clicker tearing through a survivor camp. Why was the game divisive? Without spoilers, let's just say it made bold choices, killing off a fan-favorite character and asking players to empathize with someone they initially hate. It worked in the game because you played through the moral gray areas. But translating that to TV, that's where HBO tripped. Season 2 follows Ellie, played by Bella Ramsey. American Samoa, she spirals into vengeance. But where the game made her rage palpable, the show makes her feel like a grumpy teen. Key scenes, like Joel's death, lose their gut-punch impact because of pacing issues and changes to the script. Then there's Abby, the new co-lead. In the game, you hate her, then slowly understand her through gameplay. The show? It front-loads her backstory, killing the tension. Casual fans were brutal. 45% of posts about Season 2 called it disappointing or a betrayal. Here's the kicker, the show sanitized the game's horror. The Last of Us isn't just about zombies. It's about what trauma does to people. Season 2 feels more like a CW drama than a soul-crushing apocalypse. Scenes that should haunt you, like a character's accidental death, are watered down, losing the moral weight that made the game unforgettable. Here's a shocking fact that'll blow your mind. Fallout's premiere week in April 2024 saw it outperform The Last of Us Season 1's debut in US streaming minutes, according to Nielsen data, 1.2 billion minutes for Fallout versus 1.1 billion for The Last of Us. That's insane for a show with no prior TV track record. Fallout became Amazon's biggest hit since The Boys, while The Last of Us Season 2 struggled to keep half its Season 1 audience by Episode 3. So, why the gap? Fallout had the freedom to tell a new story, unburdened by a divisive plot. It leaned into its weirdness, from mutant roaches to retro robots, and cast actors who embodied the game's spirit. The Last of Us Season 2 was shackled to a controversial game and made baffling choices, like rushing Abby's arc or softening Ellie's edge, that alienated fans across the world. Think about it. Fallout feels like a love letter to its source, whether you're a gamer or not. The Last of Us Season 2 feels like it's trying to fix a story some fans already hated. And in doing so, it lost what made the game special. What can Hollywood learn from this? Adapting a game isn't just about copying the plot. It's about capturing the soul, the tone, the vibe, the emotional core. Fallout got that right, delivering a show that feels like you're playing a new game in this series. The Last of Us Season 2 tried to please everyone, game fans, new viewers, even its own writers, and ended up pleasing almost no one. Looking ahead, Fallout Season 2 is already generating buzz, with fans on X hyping up new locations like New Vegas. Meanwhile, The Last of Us Season 3 is confirmed to focus on Abby, which has some American fans worried it'll double down on Season 2's mistakes. Can HBO redeem itself, or will Abby's story feel like another misstep? So, what's your take? Did Fallout win you over with its wild wasteland? Is The Last of Us Season 2 a flop? Or can Abby save the day in Season 3? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get this debate going. If you love this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more breakdowns of your favorite shows. Until next time, stay safe in the wasteland and watch out for clickers.